Hi guys, welcome to another video. It's Ndagire here. Thanks for coming. Today's video is something that I talk a lot about, and this is the passport bros, guys. I'll never stop talking about this because even on this channel, I think it's something that really pushed me on my social media because I was calling like the brothers, the sisters from the diaspora to come into the African continent and find partners and of course get to know the people, the culture, and other thing that you might want, but like come and see the people. But for the sake of the passport bros, this is someone I've also talked about a lot on the platform. But yeah guys, watch what this person had to say, come back and let's talk about it.
It does feel good to take a break from Africa for a bit. I love the food, love the weather, the people, but all that begging, man, everywhere you go, somebody trying to scam you. Women ain't got no money. I mean, some of them do, but the majority of them don't have no money. Every now and then they trying to hit you with a okie doke and try to get $60 here, $60 there. You need to pay for their Uber. Africa is not as cheap as it seems. Once you start living there, you start actually seeing it's really not that cheap, especially if you're gonna be single. It's not cheap at all, so it feels good to take a break, for my bank account to take a break too. I'm a world traveler and I'm doing a social experiment with socializing with people around the world, living in other countries and dating other women and getting online and journalizing it. And I can show you in real time what it's like in these other countries. So most of these guys on YouTube that are showing you guys this submissive lifestyle, they're dealing with prostitutes. They're paid actors. Guys that are claiming like, yeah, man, I went to this country and I was just running through them. Yeah, they were talking about how they went to the whorehouse. They weren't referring to them just approaching women on the street and the woman just want to just drop their panties when they saw them. Guys, I know for a fact I look pretty good, okay? Women don't just look at me and just want to drop their panties. So I know these motherfuckers that are online telling you guys that shit, I know for a fact they don't look better than me and they're lying to you. Wherever the hell you go, there are some women that know American men are desperate and we behave that way and they're waiting to take advantage of you. That's why I told you guys to improve yourself. But my thing is, do not get online and tell guys that they're having something good when really it's all something we could all do. Shrek could do what you're doing. Fat Albert could do what you're doing. Okay? That does not mean women in these other countries don't like resources, because worldwide women want a man that can provide for them. But if you're just leading with your wallet, dude, I mean, that's all you get. The minute you stop buying purses and paying light bills, it's over. She's not even going to consider trying to stick around or even try to help you. She don't want to help you. She just want to keep draining your pockets. And that can happen to you abroad as well. Like I said before, you guys ever notice how the best Thai women are with another Asian guy because that's similar to their culture? Or they're with a white guy. Now, we got some brothers down there, black American men, that have some good-looking women in these other countries. Not saying it's always the case. But when we bring up an average of what you see when you're down there, it's not us that they're preferring, first of all. So, can black American men win around the world? Yes, there's women in every city around the world that prefer or that are open to black men. Let's change this narrative. Women around the world are open to black American men. But to say prefer, for example, I prefer black women. It doesn't matter if they're from Africa, United States, Latin America. I prefer black. Most women worldwide are not submissive. The world is becoming westernized.
As you've seen the video, that is a black American man. He moves around different countries and he showcases, the dating scene as well in those countries. But one thing I must say is, for a person that just goes to different countries, experimenting women, I find it disturbing to me because we are in a time where we want to connect and work together and do things as a community. So when someone does that kind of a habit, I mean, he was also in a saga in Brazil where things happened and police was looking for him. I saw a clip he did in Kenya that Kenyan women are feminists, they ask for a lot of money. And this is something that I really want to tell the passport bros especially, like, don't expect to come into another country and think that you're not going to spend, because I always tell you guys, African women are groomed to be given like literally everything. We don't know anything about 50-50 because the men in our countries really do the most to provide if they really can. And it's like in greed, like the way we are taught to be like, okay, man, It's the way they are also groomed to be like, you need to care for this woman and give them stuff and give them everything. So really, if you're coming from the diaspora, you expect an African woman to like do too much and give you a lot of like energy in terms of finance, you have an issue. And if you're also going to expect an African woman to just be there as a doormat and like not ask for anything, that's crazy. Because I mean, at the end of the day, guys, if you're coming from the diaspora, your currency is going to be bigger. The things you're going to give an African woman are not going to be like on the same level as an American woman because of the standard of living. That's the actual truth of what it truly is. And this is something I'm picking up on, that, you know, the Western men, when they come into the African continent, they expect African women to act a certain way. And if you don't act like in that way that they had in their head, in their minds, then you are not the real African woman. You're now a feminist, especially when it comes to be provided for. Like, guys, everywhere you go as a man, the woman will always expect something from you. I say it with my full chest, because even with our mothers, even though I don't really like support the things they went through, they went with men that had lots of things, like land, big acres of land. They had like houses. Because even like when I look into my grandmother, they might be in polygamy, but the men built for them different homes. Are you willing to do that? Like, if you say, oh, polygamy is also nice, like I'm just, you know, saying something to add up, are you able to do the same things you're doing with wife number one and wife number two? Because that's what I've seen and that's what I'm seeing. When I go to the village, my grandma has a beautiful house, but also her co-wives have beautiful homes, because the men of our mothers, our grandparents, our grandmothers had money. They had money. So I really don't know why somehow the men that come on the internet talk about how African women are turning into feminists, when all you have to do is care for them and give them, you know, a beautiful life that they expect you to give them. Because you expect them to be submissive to you, you expect them to do the things that you desire, that you want. You want peace. So if you want peace, at the end of the day, every man that is able to provide for his woman, he will always have a submissive woman. The reason why I would say it's hard for you guys, like, let me say in America, is because the women have a lot of money, probably, and probably they have more education. I don't know, but I'm just speculating. Probably they have money, and if you do anything wrong to them, they have an option to leave. We African women don't have that option, because I told you guys, we are broke. So of course, when you get an African woman who doesn't have the level of money that you have, wherever status that you might come from in the Western countries, you're going to still have a bigger currency. You will still be seen as better than the woman, because you will be able to provide for this woman, and she will be very, very submissive to you. She will be under you. She will do what you desire her to do, but just not to disrespect. Like, that's where I have a problem. Just because you read about African women, you know, acting a certain way doesn't mean it's what you're going to find when you come in the country. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's just about coming and saying. But overall, like I said, let's not listen to the men that come on social media and yap. Let's just do the action, get our visas, and come to the ground and see the reality of what is truly going on. Because you need to remember, these people also on the internet are doing things, you know, to make a living. It's social media. People do these things to get clout, to go viral, to do these things to get attention. So those things have to also come in hand. Like, don't just listen to everyone that just comes and bashes, you know, other people, women, especially African women in particular. Like, the media is always portraying us in a bad light. You know, we are in a society where, like in my country, there's some things that a man can do to me and harass me, but I mean, it's a manly world. I can go to police and nothing happens. So let's not push those things anymore into, like, let's start, like, guys, start treating us well as African women when you come, because we are not our parents anymore. But nevertheless, I think it's very important to come across videos where you are told, like, the truth of what the reality is. In some countries, of course, women prefer their men because of the culture differences. That's something that we should understand. And of course, with the stereotypes that have been put in the media, to the Black American people, as in general, the women and the men, people are going to be still skeptical. Just like vice versa, the way Africans are seen like we are nothing, at the end of the day, we are seen as we are less than from the Western countries, from the people of the West. But I think the more we have these kind of conversations, the more we get to connect, the more we get to hear different opinions, we can understand the truth of what is truly going on in other parts of the world. There's a lot of opportunities in the African continent. You can come and go. Like I always tell you, when you come into the continent, or when you come into Uganda, do not be like in town a lot, because the women in town are hustlers. You know, they are looking for money, they want to elevate their lives, they want to do better and all those things. So they are really, really working hard. You need to go to the rural areas where there's the laid back ladies. I think these all, you know, saga of all African women don't want us, they want their own men or whatsoever. It can be, but it's not really the reality. I would say women in general will always go where they are appreciated and, you know, taken care of, because I mean, we want to be loved, right? So I just really want to encourage my brothers that don't listen a lot about these things from people that move around countries dating women. Get your passport, get on a flight, book a ticket, get your visa, go to any African country that you want, any African country that you feel like you want to see, and be there in person. Be there in person. I promise you, it's going to be a different, very, very different experience for you. Yes, some might say no, but being an American, I always tell you guys, you have privilege, so that cannot, like, that's something that we can't take away from you guys. You always have that privilege, and I mean, yeah, you should use it. So come and get yourselves partners, and don't put a lot of negativity into your heads by listening to such people. As well, be careful, because some women might still want to get close to you because you are from America, you have the dollars, you have the passport, you have the access to the Western countries, you have that possibility of taking this person to the Western countries. So maybe they might come to you for those, you know, of course, you know what I mean. They might come to you for the visa and all those things. But like, just be careful, be mindful on the kinds of women that you engage with, and be open, but not too open. Like, don't show your money too much. Like, yes, be a provider, but don't be too much when it comes to spending. I know you might want to spoil your African lady that you've got, but hey, you've got to be careful, because these days things are changing. Women are different, people are different, men are different, especially for my African American Black women. When you come into the continent looking for husbands, sweethearts, anything concerning finance, money, leave it outside or inside the plane before you land on the African soil, because you will be taken advantage of. That's reality. That's freaking reality. But overall, yeah, that is it for me in the video. Like, I don't want to say a lot because I always talk about this. Just be mindful, be careful on the people that you bring into your life. You know, yeah. That is it for me, guys, in the video. Let me know what you think about this. Have you experienced this? Yeah, guys, that is it for me in the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm always posting. And yeah, let me know what you think about this. I will see you in the next video. Bye.